Good morning, GHS. Today is Tuesday, October 24th, and it is a B-Day. I'm Sam.
And I'm Noah.
And you're watching the Duke Daily. The Cosmetology Breast Cancer Awareness Haircut-a-thon will be held on October 25th from 2 to 8 p.m. in room C164. You may purchase your raffle tickets during your first and second lunch in the comments to see Miss Walton in room C164.
If you're interested in joining the New Gen Peace Builders, a global youth peace education program that emphasizes the role, value, and impact of young people ages 14 to 24 in achieving a peaceful world, visit www.newgenpeace.org or go see Ms. Sturts in room A120 for more information. November 1st is the deadline for signing up.
And now for a fact from the nurse's office. Did you know if you put a tooth in a glass of Coke overnight, the sugar in the drink will make the tooth completely dissolve?
That's interesting, Sam. Attention winter athletes. The deadline for 2.0 appeal letters is Wednesday, November 1st at 3 p.m. Any student who wants to participate in a winter sport and does not have a 2.0 grade point average from the past semester or a 2.0 overall GPA must submit an appeal letter for a waiver to the main office by November 1st. If you have any questions, please contact Ms. Hunter or your coach. There are information sheets in the main office. And now for a Harbor video.
I want you guys to picture something for a second. When I say the word doctor, what kind of person do you think of? Is it a white dude in a lab coat? When I say the word secretary, do you picture a woman? Is she sitting behind a desk? When you hear about a basketball player, are they a minority? Is it a man? We hear this word bias thrown around all the time. We hear it at home, we hear it at school, we see it on the news. It's around us every single day. And honestly, it's really easy for us to fall victim to bias. The scary part is sometimes we're biased and we don't even know it. Bias can be found in the way that we treat our friends. It's the people who think like us, talk like us, act like us. Bias can be found in the way that we treat people who aren't like us at all. Do we judge them? Do we mistreat them? You see, bias is around us every single day. It pervades the way that we think, the way that we talk, the way that we listen. It literally is all around us. So where does this bias come from? It comes from the way that we're socialized into the world by our families and parents. Research shows that by 5 years old, most children already have a bias or a stereotype towards minorities, women, or differing social groups. Dr. Margot Monteith, a professor at the University of Kentucky, believes that children don't have a choice when accepting or rejecting beliefs, because oftentimes they're acquired before they have the cognitive ability or the experience to decide these beliefs for themselves. And it's not just at home. There's bias in the news. There's bias in social media. You might hear one story reported a certain way because you were watching a conservative station. You might hear it reported a completely different way because it was a liberal station. But more often than not, our bias is really reinforced by our friends. I mean, think about your school day. Do you have that you can't sit with us mindset? Do you have your little place in the cafeteria where just you and your friends and the people like you sit? I mean, most of us only hang out with people who think like us, look like us, talk like us, act like us, are into the same things that we're into. Your bias is reinforced by what you see in the world every single day. I want you to take a second and think about what you believe. Do you believe it because it's your own thoughts, or is it your parents or family's? Do you affiliate yourself with a political party because you've done the research? You understand the policies and the differences between the two? What about your beliefs on a different social group? Maybe people in another country, another part of the United States. What about in a different part of your town? Do you have a certain belief about them because you've spent time with them, you've experienced their culture, and you know what they're about? Or do you believe what you believe about them because somebody told you to? A group of professors has even created a test on bias. I challenge you to go to Google, check out Project Implicit, and you can take a test on things like age, race, religion, politics, and you can find out just how much bias is ingrained in the way that you think. So how do we keep our bias in check? Especially when it's something that's developed unconsciously or almost automatically. I think it starts by asking ourselves tough questions. Ask yourself, why do I believe what I believe? Or why do I respond the way that I respond? Even that little pause in thinking gives us time to ask ourselves, am I being biased? And over time, continually asking yourself tough questions can become habit or routine, and that can start to weaken those mental links that your biases are founded upon. And as you're meeting new people and you're having new experiences and you're doing things that are breaking down the biases that you've built up in your own life, it's important to remember that you're going to meet people you don't always agree with. And it's okay to disagree, but it's never okay to disrespect.
Today we'll be starting off with some rain showers and maybe some thunderstorms this morning, while the weather should begin to clear up possibly by tonight, leaving the rest of the week with mostly sunny weather. Now starting off with today on the weather forecast with a high of 75 and a low of 50, with an 80% chance of rain during the day and 20% chance at night. The rain showers will likely pull out over the ocean along with 10 to 15 mile-per-hour winds. Now moving on to Wednesday with a high of 66 and a low of 45 with 5 to 10 mile-per-hour winds. Thursday with a high of 64 and a low of 45, also with 5 to 10 mile-per-hour winds. Back to you, Sam.
Hey Noah, what's hot plate today?
Today's hot plate will be spaghetti and meat sauce with a roll, a variety of fruits and vegetables, and a milk.
Hearing that, I can't wait till lunch. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Have a good day, and remember to
Stay fresh, GHS.